Hey, y'all. Let's see if this will work.
You're beautiful but unsatisfied since day one. You were getting teased and it scarred you when you were young. Now you're getting older and you've been on the grind. Your paper off the scale so you feel like it's time. So you got a nose job, that's the primary thing. People teased you as a kid and for some reason you hit. Always into high fashion, girl, you heavy like lead. Liposuction out your shell like a chicken and egg. Feeling confident but now you're becoming obsessed. First your nose, then your weight, now your butt and your breast. It's a vanity fair, cosmetic overdose. Fiending for a next operation like it was dope. Now you feel the need to skin pill, your skin's no good. But if those around you were real, they'll tell you the truth. Just because you spending thousands, that don't make it alright. Had one problem, now it's many going under the knife. Your lips, breasts, butt, legs, waist, hips, nose and chest, waistline, facelines, looking your best. Do it like the rest, Vanity Fair. I said your lips, breasts, butt, legs, waist, hips, nose and chest, waistline, facelines, looking your best. Do it like the rest, Vanity Fair. Come on. Vanity Fair, yeah. Changing one or two things, cool girl, do you? Do you wanna be beautiful and look like you? Or do you wanna look like someone you saw in a magazine or video, but not in the raw? I like nice shaped bodies, bikinis Brazilian, but too much of anything just isn't appealing. Some people spend a lifetime, even a million. No grace like those unhappy when chilling. A girl with a big butt, big lips, small hips is what we all love to see, and men dream about this. There is nothing wrong with getting something broken fixed. Some women get a breast job cause cancer assists. Some women want to please their man and insist. And a woman really loves you if she wants to do this. But abuse ain't the same as intention was cared. So be careful of the drug called the Vanity Fair. Vanity Fair. Your lips, breasts, butt, legs, waist, hips, nose and chest, waistline, facelines, looking your best. Do it like the rest, Vanity Fair. Look at lips, breasts, butt, legs, waist, hips, nose and chest, waistline, facelines, looking your best. Do it like the rest, Vanity Fair. Your lips, breasts, butt, legs, waist, hips, nose and chest, waistline, facelines, looking your best. Do it like the rest, Vanity Fair. Look at lips, breasts, butt, legs, waist, hips, nose and chest, waistline, faceline, look at your best. Do it like the rest, Vanity Fair. Come on.
Hey, y'all. Give me a minute. Let me go over here. Give me just 1 second. Hey, Outlaw. Hey, Rebecca. True Crime Dime. Yeah, I saw that they're outside there. Hey, Miss Lee, Tina, Mystical Magnolias, Ruth's mom, Risa, Miss Lee, LG, Val, Molly's Moose Knuckle, AJ, Sweet Pea, Lorraine, Carrie, I Hate Peas, Lori Lou, Peg, Carrie, Gumby. Oh, there goes a cat on the curtains. Quartz. Thank you guys for joining. Marcy, Zoya, ASU Mom, Lisa, Navy, Big Al, Angelisa, Ann, Molly, Go Exploitation, P, Kathy P, Zoya again, Krug's Wifey, Unknown. I will try to get you an iPhone link. I still haven't figured that out. Tallulah, Revival. Who am I missing? Is it Inez Johnson? Will you tell me how you pronounce your first name, please? Because I'm going to screw that up. Heartland Honey. Frustrated. 2 Skulls, 1 Swing. Miss Lee. Again, Kiki. Nada. Sorry, y'all. I'm trying to read some of them as I'm going. All right, I'm caught up. Starry Night. Blank Screen. Texas Tiffany. Okay, y'all. We're going to kind of be all over the place today. I can turn my camera on. Hello, everybody. Oh, did I just sound like Mrs. Doubtfire? Hello, everybody. And if you haven't, yeah. Okay, perfect. Okay, I wasn't sure. I was like, I'm gonna screw this up. If you haven't checked out Molly as Mrs. Golightly, because they like to call me Mrs. Doubtfire, so I turned her into Mrs. Doubtfire. There's a cat coming down. Oh, the curtains. It's on Facebook. It's pretty terrible if you want to see it. We're going to be kind of all over the place. So today we're going to kind of, there's going to be a lot of information, but we're going to start with a video that newbies like myself probably have not seen. I was sent this clip and I've sat not really sure where to like put it in. But this is where I think it should go. So we're going to start with a longer clip. This is a family member of, this is Shanann Watts, or Shanann, yeah, Shanann. This is Shanann's father, Frankie Sr. He gave a statement. It was 11 months after the incident. He'll tell you more of the time frame. But I want to start it off there. Again, it's all under fair use. I do not know who put it out initially. I was asked to put a clip, nonsense on there so we knew it wasn't edited from this point on, or this is the initial clip. So just so you guys know, that's the only reason why it's in there. It's just so we verify that this is the clip I was sent directly from them. Anyways, let's get into it. I'm going to show you guys that, and then we're going to go into some more clips. So buckle up. It could be a fun one as normal over here. Okay, let's go here. Here.
Hello. I am Frank Lusek. Last summer, on August 13, 2018, my daughter Shanann Watts and her children were murdered. They were killed by Shannon's husband and the children's father, Chris Watts. I can't possibly describe how painful the last 11 months have been for myself, my wife, and my son, Frankie Jr., and for everyone else who cares so much about Shanann and her children. Just dealing with this type of tragedy is more than a family should bear. But I am making a statement today because for the past 11 months, piled on top of pain and the grieving of this devastating loss, our family has been subject to horribly, cruelly abused, outright bullying, and on a daily basis. I don't want to draw more attention to the viral material that has been posted online. And so I don't want to go into specifics. But I will say that our family, including Shanann and her children and our grandchildren, have been ridiculed, demeaned, slandered, mocked in the most vicious ways you can imagine. We have been subject to false accusations, fake Facebook accounts, hate speeches, and constant stream of ugly, evil insults and attacks. Every time we turn around, there is someone trying to capitalize on our tragedy. By spreading false.
Again, just a reminder for anybody popping in, this is Shanann's father. This is an older interview that he did. He actually flew to Colorado just to do this interview with his attorneys. This is from years ago, but I want you to hear how he speaks about what is happening to his family due to social media, because nothing has changed except more victims and their families being tormented by the misinformation cronies and so on. And we're going to kind of walk that through and show you a little bit today. Well, it's my goal to show you that this is a pattern of behavior and there is real victims in these situations. They victimize and re-victimize these families time and time again. This man, not even a year after the passing of his father or his daughter and grandchildren, brutally murdered. Now he has to deal with the online nonstop BS. And guess who was a huge part of that? Yep, yours truly, Molly Golightly.
Rumors and outright lies about Shannon and our grandchildren. We have been subject to threats on our lives, all because we are victims in painful tragedy. This is so wrong. It is cruel, it is heartless, it is flat wrong. It breaks my heart to know that we are not the first family to have to live through this kind of tragedy, and we won't be the last. Families like
That's a super important statement right there. We are not the first family that have had to go through this, and we won't be the last. Unfortunately, it's only gotten worse as time has gone on, as we've seen with every case, even currently the Idaho 4 case. But we'll get into some of that. But I just want you to remember, this is the father of one of these victims.
ours should have the right to be safe and the right, a basic level of privacy, the right to mourn in peace. And it boils my blood that my family and other families are dealing with worse imaginable tragedy, have to deal with this kind of cruelty and bullying. It needs to stop. To Congress or to any position in power, we are calling on you to do something, to pass laws that will protect victims of unspeakable crimes from this kind of abuse. Our online social media sites like Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter, we have contacted you many times, reported this abuse, but no avail. We are calling.
And in the little bit of research I've done into this case, it hasn't been extensive. It's nowhere near what I have on other cases, but they absolutely caused chaos for this family. And my understanding is his son, Frankie Jr., also was struggling very majorly, and they did a whole lot to that man. A whole lot. And you can find statements out there. Like it's heartbreaking what they did. On top of mocking a murder victim, I mean, it just got worse and worse.
On you again to do the right thing, to take some responsibility for your platforms and stop this despicable conduct. To the people who feel they are entitled to profit off our loss, we urge you, please stop. And for the people who are interested in this case, who feel compelled to comment and discuss, please stick to the truth. It is painful enough for us to just dealing with the reality. Reading the insane conspiracy theories, ugly false rumors, and lies only make it more painful. Finally, to the people who have stood with us, who have supported us and prayed for us and our family. For Shannon and her grandchildren, we can't thank you enough. God bless you all, and thank you for your time. Thank you.
Hey, Frank, quick question, and asked this respectfully, but was there any fear about coming forward because you're now giving these people that are saying this stuff even more for their platforms, if you will?
No.
Did you come here back to Colorado here today? I mean, for the sole purpose of doing this?
Yes, I did.
Why?
Why? Because I felt it needed to be done here at her house.
Because that's how bad it is.
Yes, it is.
I mean, are people, it sounds like a lot of this is happening in the online space. I know you don't want to go too much into it, but people hide behind those names on the internet, and it sounds like that's what's kind of going on.
Yes.
Can you tell me a little bit more about that and how that's?
Basically, it's a nonstop thing. Everybody talking about things that were not done correctly, and keep pushing the issues. It's a lot of ugly out there. A lot of ugly.
I mean, how is your family? This should be your time to grieve. you went through the court process. This should be your time to, to grieve. And it sounds like you haven't even fully been able to do that very well because of everything else.
No, we haven't. It's not that we're looking at the stuff that's on YouTube's and Facebook, and it gets sent to us.
Have you had people contact you directly? Some of these things that are out there, have they contacted the family directly?
Not personally on our, live stuff, but on computer type, your phones and stuff.
Like Facebook messages, mm-hmm. They tried to contact you, some of these folks?
Just for those that need interpretation, what he meant by that is they have not came to him in person, but they have contacted him via the internet, his phone, so on and so forth.
What would you tell those people? I mean, I know some of them might watch this or post this on the internet tonight. What would you tell them? Like I've
been telling them for the longest time, just stop. Please just stop. Get on with your lives. Leave ours alone. We can't grieve. It's just a nonstop thing. They know who they are. We have a lot of YouTubers out there that are, I'll mention YouTubers, and they are backing us. But there's a lot out there that are just terrible.
You mentioned lawmakers. I mean, is there something that you would hope they can do for legislation?
Well, I hope they can do something about these, this YouTube, Facebook, or Google, whoever is involved in the Twitters, and because it's not fair to these victims that are going through this. We don't deserve it.
He's 100% correct. They absolutely are going to have to pass laws. It's going to take legislature to change something of how this is done.
And you're speaking on behalf of other people.
I'm speaking on behalf of other people that I've read already in there, and it's not fair to us.
What has been the response from, let's say, a Facebook when you said, please help us, and flag this? What's been the response?
Nothing. Nothing.
It's been nearly a year now since this crime happened.
That's
is
correct.
This stopping your ability to, I know you can't move on, but to try and progress forward?
Yeah, because we hear it all the time. It's a ongoing thing. Like I said, there's a lot of people out there that are helping us, and they're pushing, and they're really, really pushing to get these people stopped. But it just seems as though YouTube just, I don't know what it is with them.
Knowing this is such a big case, if you could choose how your daughter's name is being kept alive right now, how would you want people online to be talking about her and your granddaughters?
Speak the truth. My daughter and my grandchildren were beautiful people. And my daughter was a very smart person, intelligent person. And she needs to be kept that way instead of being ridiculed and talked down about.
You mentioned a little bit with the prepared statement, just thanking folks that, can you speak more to that? I mean, your appreciation and gratitude.
Well, we get a lot of support from all over the world. You're talking England, Philippines, Australia. Everybody sends cards, gifts, supporting us.
What Miss Lee said in the comments is true.
Don't even know us. And it's, it hits you in the heart when you see that people out there really do care and don't even know you. Just by seeing what's going on out there, they appreciate you.
And speaking to the Tri-Town area, is there anything you wanted to say since you're here, the three communities up here that for the support and whatnot?
I just thank them all the time when I come out here. They're such a great neighborhood and great people out here.
How have you been dealing with the bullying? I mean, over the past couple months, short of what you're doing today, how has your family been trying to work through that?
Well, we just try to ignore it, but sometimes you just can't ignore it. It's a constant thing on your brain. They keep throwing it at you. It's sad when you get threats and everything else.
how are you planning? I know this is, you know, a personal question. How are you planning to mark that year? What might you guys be planning to do?
That's ours.
Um, what else? Anything else? I mean, you know, we don't want the bullies to win. Anything else that you'd like to say about your daughter or about the case?
No, my daughter is just, I just want her to be remembered how she was, a beautiful person. And just like all this to stop, not just for me, but for everybody else out there.
I mean, it sounds like today, really, you're defending her and her.
Well, yes, that's how she was. She defended herself, and I'm out here now defending her. It doesn't need to be. It doesn't need to be like this. I shouldn't have to be out here doing this. These Facebook and people should be regulating their people instead of just letting them go. Making money off of my daughter's death is ridiculous.
Did y'all hear that clear enough? Making money off my daughter's death. Think about that for a moment. Think about that. And granted, there was a lot of people that have made money off this and continue to make money off of this, but they have zero respect for the families.
There's a few out there making some big money off it.
I know the attorneys aren't going to answer a question, at least on camera, but has there been any dialogue with local lawmakers to take this to the next step?
That's something that we have discussed. At this point, there's no real update in that area.
So you've had some dialogue with lawmakers, representatives, that sort of thing?
It's something that we are in the process of. I'm trying not to go too deep into it, but that is something we've considered, something that we're following up on. Yes, and more than just local, a few national as well. It is something that people are very concerned about. It is pressing, and it is something very tragic.
I was going to say with something like this too, it's probably hard because which police agency do you go to? That sort of thing. That's probably where it gets a little muddy.
Yeah, it honestly, it's been something that once again, we weren't anticipating talking to a whole much as attorneys in this case, but you're correct. I mean, there is no, and I mean, we called Facebook, we called YouTube, we called Twitter. I mean, honestly, when Frank talks about the people who were there for him, there's a dedicated group of people who are just going out there and constantly, reporting, trying to get back at these people, essentially to take these things down. But they're, like Frank is saying, there's no regulatory arm of YouTube. There's no customer service line for YouTube, no customer service line for Facebook to contact. And we have really tried and racked our brain over a year to get something done. A lot of this is just getting a message out there and hoping somebody responds.
Yes. That's what the message is for. Hopefully somebody will hear us.
Do you hope maybe that this could change law? I mean, is that also your plea
I'm
tonight?
hoping it'll change the law, but I'm hoping that these, Facebook and all these people, really look at what's going on their thing instead of just trying to get subscribers, whatever they want to call it. It's just, it's sad that they allow it to happen.
Obviously, nobody should have to go through this, but in your family, is there anyone specifically who's taking the deepest toll on this cyberbullying?
We all are.
Collective.
And Frank, I guess going over this past year, is it kind of maintained? Is it still? It's
Oh,
still
yeah,
going.
it's still going just as strong as it was in the beginning. Like I said, it's not only my family; it's other families too.
Have you talked with them personally, or any of them?
Don't want to talk to them.
All right.
Thank you, gentlemen.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
So much.
Okay, so those of you that don't know, again, that was Frank Rusick Sr., and he is the father of Shanann Watts. Unfortunately, Shanann and her two children were brutally murdered by Chris Watts, which most of you guys know. But that says a lot. That was 2019, and look what's happening now. So we're going to take a little bit of a dive a little bit further here. Give me 1 second. I got to find it. Okay. So I know you guys, a lot of you guys have seen the video of her recent visit to the home in Pennsylvania, which is what we're leading up to. But I'm going to take you back a little bit first. And I want to show you that this is something that she historically does. So we're going to go back and look at, and again, I couldn't find the video, but I've seen it, and I don't know if the channel's down that it was on. She took rocks. Molly Golightly specifically took rocks from that scene, from that house. That's a murder scene. She took rocks from outside of that place, tramped all over the property, took her photo ops, did her thing. And then we just saw this week, currently, they're outside of another story. But we're going to kind of walk it up and through some of these because there's a lot. And again, I only found, this is pulling back some years, some clips from years ago. So give me 1 second. So we're going to start here. Now, this is just, again, this is not my content. This is from another channel. Again, I'll share it just a second. This is from a channel called Rosewater. Give me a moment to get this right. This is the Brian Laundrie case. Most of you guys have seen this. Some of you haven't. And once again, this all falls under fair use content based on my opinion only, on the facts and the content they put out there publicly. Basically, we use their own words and their own statements to debunk the bullshit that they're pulling.
I really am Marissa Zadinsky. I am from Jersey, but I do live in Hershey, Pennsylvania. Did I do this for my channel? Asking myself that and being real? I did. The answer is yes. Did I do this for views? Yes, I did. And I absolutely, most certainly did this for views. Because I wanted you guys to see through my eyes, my experience. I really am Marissa Zadinsky. I am from Jersey, but I do live in Hershey, Pennsylvania. Did I do this for my channel? Asking myself that and being real? I did. The answer is yes. Did I do this for views? Yes, I did. And I absolutely, most certainly did this for views. Because
I just had to throw this in here just again to remind you, hey, Carrie Pink, yes, I can see you. I can see. Sorry, I'm not doing really good at reading comments right now because I've got so many clips in my head that I'm like, remember, this one's the next one. This one's the next one. But I'll try to catch up with you guys in a minute. This is where I first learned of her on the news and TikTok because she was making such a stink outside the house and national media had picked the crazy lady up on camera. But she absolutely is doing all of this for clicks and views. I mean, she has said it for years. This was from like 3 years ago, the clip that you're watching right now. Yeah, there's a lot out here.
Because I wanted you guys to see through my eyes, my experience.
No caller ID on your phones.
Your life is forever changed.
So you get that one. Okay, now let's go over here. Hold on. Pause. Give me a second. Now we're going to go to. So then she went from Brian Laundrie's, the Chris Lott's. There's more in the midst that we're going to miss that I don't have stuff. This is from Constance Sue has something to say. If you don't follow Constance Sue, please sub up to Constance Sue. She does a great job covering these guys. I really enjoy her. And we're going to take a look at what happened when they went to the wells. Just to remind everybody of who we are dealing with. And what we're doing again is we're working our way up to current time, what they're doing today. This is years of stuff. Yes, I actually have footage of her bragging about getting the wells fired from recent too. Again, I will link all of these channels that I'm using in the videos in the description when the video is over. So they'll all be right there. This is Constance Sue has something to say.
We climbed up the side of the hill. We touched Summer's toys. Me and her touched Summer's toys. We were with the detectives. Yeah. Who has the video? Oh, I got it. But which one? Someone was on the street recording me up on the hill. Yeah. I think we all were. I think that you were waiting for me to break. I was hanging on a tree. Like, I got that where the tree. I'm going like this, like monkey, and all I did was I put myself in ski mode, like I'm skiing down the hill.
The audio sucks. It's not on my end. Sorry. They're recording and then being clipped into a video. And then, so it's multiple times. It's not the best. So I'm sorry. It's not great, but it was their audio to begin with, just so everybody's clear. If you're having a hard time hearing, that's why. But creep number one, JLR is sitting right there. Sorry. Absolute creep. Blowhorn, which you guys know, and Olivia. So this has been their little groupie thing for the last year and a half, almost 2 years that they've been doing and exploiting the shit out of these cases. This is what they call heels on the ground, which is not them. That's an actual reputable organization, but they like to steal names.
And I did not fall. Hey, I don't like pictures. Marissa, you stay here because I think you're gonna fall. And she kept going with 2 cameras. And mom's over there like,
Group of YouTubers showed up on the property.
Well, now that group tells us they were there with cameras recording in what they call an effort to put pressure on Summer's parents and on police.
Sam Luther talking with them tonight about whether they're working against or for this investigation.
Where could she possibly be?
That's Marissa Zadinsky, better known on the internet as Molly Go Whiteley. The YouTuber says she runs a nonprofit called Heels on the Ground.
And what we do is we protest.
Bullshit. Just so you guys know, bullshit. That is not correct. She is not running nothing. That is not her organization at all.
To get answers.
Based in Pennsylvania, but in Hawkins County last week for 3 days, trying to get answers about what happened to Summer Wells. Here they are in the Beach Creek community with cameras rolling, walking near the Wells property.
Okay, we're here.
But once these videos hit the internet, Candace Bly filed a trespassing complaint with the Hawkins County Sheriff's Office.
So I don't believe that Candace Bly has the nerve to walk into Hawkins County Police to try and press charges on me. What's it going to be, a fine? I would love to see this going face to face.
Zadinsky says Heels on the Ground travels the country trying to put pressure on families that they feel have information in missing person cases.
Just to correct that statement right there, what they do is they travel the country on subs, money that they have falsely profited, in my opinion, from putting these stories out there, speculation, accusing these people. So they garner donations for this travel that they do across the country to exploit these cases further. They're not helping any victims or their families. They are pointing fingers and trying to make a fucking suspect. They are trying to throw any type of bullshit into these cases that they absolutely can to exploit them for financial gain. That is my opinion based on the facts that are out here for years. Again, this is nothing new. I'm new to this all, and unraveling all of this shit has been mind-blowing because it's been years of it.
Most recently, this group was outside of the home of Brian Laundrie, placing this dirty laundry basket at the family's front door, asking them to speak.
I laid it out for them. I said, your life will never be the same again if you don't start talking. And the next day she came out and spoke to my friends.
But no such luck yet in Hawkins County. Zadinsky says this is her full-time job, making money off YouTube and other sites. She says they don't interfere with law enforcement. However, they work alongside them. We've reached out to authorities involved in the Summer Wells case to ask if these efforts help or hurt their investigation. We're still waiting to hear back.
I'm willing to take an arrest charge. I'm not a criminal, but I'm willing to take an arrest charge to find Summer Wells.
In Knoxville, Sam Luther, WVLT News.
Well, Dazinski says in January, the group is actually planning to protest outside of TBI headquarters, essentially asking them to hold the Wells family accountable and bring them into police custody.
Do you guys want me to read that too? It says, after 6 months of searching for Summer Wells, there have been over 1,500 tips given to the TBI without any notable traction in the case. Throughout the investigation, Hawkins County Sheriff Ronnie Lawson said he didn't find social media speculation helpful unless it's coordinated and turned into the authorities. Marissa Zadinsky feels her efforts as a YouTuber have been helpful so far and hopes to get results. As the founding member of Heels on the Ground, really? The founding member, huh? Founding member of what? A bunch of lies, Molly? Ooh, the lies. The lies are coming back to bite you in the ass. As the founding member of Heels on the Ground, Zadinsky and her friends travel across the country helping look for missing people. What? While applying pressure to get people to talk. No, bullshit. They look for missing people and victims of tragedies to exploit. That's the truth. This took form as a search for Brian Laundrie was underway when Zadinsky showed up at Laundrie's front door, placing a dirty laundry basket with a note attached to it at the front door. I laid it out for them. I said, your life will never be the same again if you don't start talking. And the next day she came out and spoke to her friends. Okay, this is what they already read. Anyways, you get it. We'll finish the video. And we all know that that's absolutely not a reputable organization. Okay, so there's the rest of the article. All right, so there's that one. So they've been to the Laundries, to the Watts, to the Wells. Let's see here. She didn't make it to Arizona, but let me let you listen. I'm not gonna share the screen on this one, but I'm gonna play it off my phone for you. This is from July 31st of 2022. This is in regards to the Marvon story. So what I'm trying to help you understand is that even if Molly herself cannot physically get there, she has ways of people going and invading the privacy of these tragedies. So let's listen to her words. Hold on. Volume.
Justin, this whole thing was supposed to be
She's got an echo to begin with. Bear with me. It's Spanky.
having an iced tea and a salad, talking to the second channel, and there are people in. Well, I'm getting an echo. You got me on in the back.
Yes, Cheesy Wheezy has been putting out some great content. Happy. Thank you for letting me know that, or letting everybody in the comments know they have been putting out some great stuff. I actually found some channels today that I've never seen before. Molly Go Hershey that has some hidden gems, and some other channels too. We have more clips to get through too, but there are some great channels out there that are covering them. But there are also a lot of clip channels out there that are twisting and turning some pieces. And I don't get down like that. Just share the facts straight up. Like, I don't know, when you start messing, just be choosy about what you're taking in as fact.
Grandma, you new here? Oh, he just woke up. Poor baby. Poor baby.
So again, this is from July 31st in the Marvon story. it takes a minute. She does her stupid
I
intros.
posted a video. I'll start this over again.
Carrie, I have talked to them a little bit in the beginning, but full circling back, there's some things that I think need to happen eventually with creators and some of the families, if the families want to get involved, but down the road, I think, but I have.
I posted a video that a lot of people had not seen. Hey, ICO. And a lot of people are freaked out. A lot of people are freaked out and they're very upset. You know, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. So now people, this is the reason I'm going on live on this channel. People say, no, we want to know your real opinion on that video. I was going to save it till we went on Justin's at 5 o'clock to talk about it, but why don't you put yourself on pause and go watch the tiny video clip that I just posted, the last thing I just posted, and then get back to me.
Okay, is it the one with the eyeshadow?
It's where Raza is begging for food.
Okay, so I'm going to stop it right there for a moment and just make you understand, because people, some of them are from older stories. There's a lot of different people that have congregated in the comment section over here, and not everybody's on point with each story. So Raza, for those of you that don't know, is Dre and Marvan's son. Marvan is the Marine veteran who is currently in a coma due to attempting to take his life on May 23rd, 2022. It is the most recent, well, until this new one, that they have exploited to hell and back. But they were using the youngest son, 7 years old, for content and exploiting the child, using his pictures as thumbnails and doing all sorts of stuff.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
Okay, so people wanted to know, you didn't finish the video? Okay, all right, well, in that video is you see Raza begging for food. And you're like, what? So
it was extremely late at night. Again, if you're looking for this video, please go over to the missing puzzle pieces. They put more context to these videos, give you a time frame, give you actually what you're looking at instead of what you're being told you're seeing by Molly.
Played it again. And then after that, a neighbor had sent me pictures from, and I told everybody this, that a neighbor said that they went and took pictures of the backyard. So one chick commented and said, oh.
Did you guys catch that? What she just said? So a neighbor. So initially we know that when this all went down, those of you guys that have been following this understand there was pictures taken outside of Dre's mom house in Tucson and posted. Betty and Molly did a whole like Google Maps thing live and zoomed in on Dre's house. Then they put out videos. I actually shared one of these too, thinking that it was legit stuff. I was so angry. They put out video of the neighbor videotaping the backyard. The neighbor. So Molly herself couldn't physically get there, even though she wanted to, and kept egging that on to go to Arizona. Like, she still tries. But she got a neighbor to go over there, not once, but multiple times, and videotape the backyard, take pictures of the house, everything. As recent as November, she did that. She showed a new picture of outside Dre's house and said, oh, she's back. She's back in Yuma, and they were watching her. So not only have they done this to the Laundries, the Watts, showing up there at the Watts house, she does this to the Wells, like every place. And now she's moved to the Dobbs house and now to Brian Kohlberger's house. But I want you to listen because she's going to tell you what trespassing is. I want you to pay close attention to Molly, once again, telling us how things actually work, okay? And then we're going to get into how Molly actually does things. I know we're kind of walking all over today, but this is all kind of one thing.
Privacy.
No, Marissa, those were from, nobody took those pictures. That's from the...
Here comes stuttering ass Spanky, and they're trying to lie for Molly. No, she's being truthful. She had videos from the neighbor, Justin, and you know that. But Justin's trying to make the audience think that, oh, no, those were just from the listings. I posted the listings. I did that because that's public information. They posted Google stuff and video from the neighbor having that. Big difference.
Well, someone was saying to me, oh, that's invasion of privacy. All right, so this is the thing, and I'm going to answer that right now. Invasion of privacy? No. When you have invasion of privacy is peeking inside of windows, entering a property. You can legally get a drone over her house, okay? You can walk up to a gate and take pictures of her backyard. Can you do it to her back door, sliding in? No, that would be invasion of privacy. I would never want anyone to do that. This is all public, okay? Anyone at any time from that big ass house in back of me and that house can take pictures and see anything they want in my backyard, and it's not a big deal. Do I have anything? Listen, the video that you saw me zooming in, I wanted to make sure that we zoomed in now, unless something changes in the future. It was me.
She wanted to make sure that the video was zoomed in now. So again, she's telling you that she directed what to be done in this video. Do you understand that? So even if Molly can't get her hooves on the ground there, she's going to go have somebody else do it for her.
Hey.
Gotcha.
Oh, she said it was me. I did not accuse you. I said it was wrong. Why do you believe that it's wrong to post pictures of her backyard? I mean, you would think it was underwear draw. What?
I think that picture is from
Shut up, Spanky.
Zillow or something like that from whenever they sold that property.
It's all right. So
that was a different one.
It's been on there for.
Yes.
Spanky's good at trying to twist people's thoughts. Oh, no. That was only from this one when we did that. Oh, I forgot we did all these other things to her. And Molly's sitting there saying, no, I directed them to zoom in on all of this. And Spanky's like, no. It's just from the realtors. No, bitch. No, it's not. No, it's not. You know exactly. And you're just trying to cover her ass. Spanky, your ass is getting unraveled with all of this too there, my friend.
Listen, we've gone inside of Amber Heard's house. I have a video of it. You can go look up my address, right? And you can see the whole layout of my house.
I can't stand him, as you guys know. I cannot stand him. Sorry, I'm not nice to him, and I never will be.
My house is not all that, but check it out. You can see the whole thing. Now, this is another thing, okay? What I'm going to say about the video of Raza begging for food. Okay, so like I was just trying to explain, there are moments of introspect where I have to think to myself on my own, you know, I don't understand this girl. And, you know, I think back to her being heavier and funny, engaging, enchanting, all those good things.
Wait.
But somehow,
Oh, who was involved in this?
And I don't. Okay, so like I was just trying to explain, there are moments of introspect where I have to think to myself on my own.
All of them cheering her on.
I don't understand this girl. And, you know, I think back to her being heavier and funny, engaging, enchanting, all those good things. But somehow something turned. But now, and sometimes I think to myself.
So she gets called out for invasion of privacy is what she's being called out for. And this is the tangent she goes on. And again, we're not going to listen to the full thing, but.
All right, am I being a little too hard on her? And I do that all the time. And I used to actually say that with Candace Wells. Am I being too hard on this woman that lost all 7 children, never looked for her missing daughter, gave her daughter, you know, drugs and alcohol? And
is that a proven fact that Candace did give all, like, where does she get all this information? I mean, I
was messing around with a 15-year-old and is happy that her husband's in prison and, you know, all of the 911 calls and reports to that house where they were. Now, I can't feel bad for her anymore. Now that I have faced that woman face to face, I told her what I thought of her. And I let her know, we know
good
you
job,
did
badass.
something. We know you did something. And my whole thing with that case is,
every time she gets called out about something in one case, she brings up the other cases that she's completely destroyed and exploited the shit out of with no fact basis. Every freaking time.
she's gotten away with it for a whole year.
Oh, there's an ad. Hold on. Sorry. I forget there was an ad in that recording. Give me a second. Okay,
Hopefully, by the grace of God, something will come out. But with a reward fund money, nothing's come out. We have to move on. Now, yesterday.
So she moved on, right? She moved on from the summer case. Okay, gotcha.
How many deaths were there in Eastern Kentucky? Guess what? They're forgotten about. Where's their justice? Oh, well, it was just a natural catastrophe. Oh, so does that make them less than a victim? Less worthy of coverage? Well, sure, because there's no real story there. Well, guess what?
Kind of like the Dobbs story. There's no really real story there. It's a tragedy, a mental health tragedy. But again, we're going to get there. Eventually, we'll get there.
All those people had a story. And they never woke up that morning thinking that something like that tragic was going to happen to them.
4 kids lost their life.
Hey, Cheesy Weezy, hate in your face.
It's
Four
absurd.
babies.
It's absurd. So when I think about Andrea, I wonder to myself, am I being too hard? That was you, Nicole. Thank you. We're going to get to talk.
Every time.
I have to wonder, am I being too hard on her, blah, blah. But I looked at this video today, and I noticed that in this video, she was still heavy. And remember, she recorded everything, but she didn't record 24/7. So if we can see her being this mean to a baby now, imagine what wasn't, revealed to the public. Of course, hearing a little baby say, "Please, Mom, I'm so hungry." I've never.
What kid, if you're a parent and have kids or have ever taken care of a toddler or a young child, what kid doesn't say they're starving? I'm sorry. I just have to say it. I've held it in, but that is like a constant thing all the time. Kids are always starving. They're always hungry. That's all we ever saw them doing was eating, cooking.
I've never, ever in my life heard a child say, "Mommy, please, I'm so hungry."
And again, I don't even agree with the whole diet thing, but to make it into this is not you know what she's doing.
Listen.
Emotional manipulation.
If you
Shut up, Molly.
Food and there's 1 box of macaroni and cheese left, that box of macaroni and cheese is going to that kid. She put eyelashes.
Thank you. They ate constantly
in front of feeding her children.
Yeah.
That's not a fact at all. But you see, she emotionally manipulates her audience. So it starts out her being called out on trespassing, basically an invasion of privacy on, by having the neighbor do these videos. And then she spins it into, a different story, the summer story, and now back to this. Pure emotional manipulation.
Your sister's calling you. What? Does the sister have food?
Hey, Daniel.
Did the sister somehow find some food? Did she find some leaves in the backyard to eat? Who knows? So yeah,
pathetic.
We have every single right to look at these videos and comment and give our opinions on them. Okay?
Just like we have every right to critique and review all the bullshit that you put out here publicly. Your own words, your own statements.
Are we slandering her?
Are we slandering you?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
We're using what you gave us. That's not slander.
We're using what you gave us. That's not slander.
Now, if I was to say something like, "Oh yeah, then she turned off the camera and she took a belt and beat the crap out of himself," that would be slander. If that mark on her arm was, "Oh yeah, Vaughn beat the crap out of her," blah, 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 that would be slander, because I know what I'm saying is not true.
It's a bunch of bullshit.
So go back to that video of her like talking to someone who kind of sounded like a lawyer, that was kind of telling her, "Oh yeah, harassment, slander, you'll easily win, blah, blah, blah." I said to myself, this person cannot be an attorney, because no attorney in America would ever tell, or they try to get you away from slander because it's the hard.
Sorry.
It's the hardest to prove, and it's the most expensive. So imagine that dude who's saying who spelled doxing wrong. He put an E in it. I was like,
huh.
What?
Spelling bee champion.
This is the thing. I don't know if you know this, but did you know? And Adrian told me, he goes, it's actually goes against the bar to give people advice when they know that they're going to lose, knowing that they're going to lose, to collect money. Now, this is the thing. There was a wealthy couple who we took a vacation together, and
she can spin a story so fast. Hey, devious. She spins and spins and spins and spins. She was asked, isn't it invasion of privacy? And this is where we've gotten in, what, 13 minutes?
And a lot of weird things happened months after they decided they didn't like me. So all of a sudden, they wanted all these videos down, and nothing was really bad. She just didn't like being called an alcoholic. Even though every picture that she took, there was alcohol. Every video, there was every alcohol. But the thing is my husband wrote back.
I don't know who the hell she's talking about here. Some couple that she had to remove videos on because she called the lady an alcoholic. I'm not really sure. She involves Adrian again.
Back to this attorney who like represented Beyonce. My husband is just like, listen, this
Name
is
drops.
all public. This is all public. This is all public. Every photo that was taken, every video had consent.
I was looking at something.
So what happened was my husband went to West Point, and
I just got, okay.
He's got all these friends from school
Get it.
that have
Thank
a
you.
law degree. He called them up and he said, hey, what's his face? Andrew. He's like, Andrew, tell us about this. And he's like, oh man. He was like, please let me write. Oh, please. He was like, write this back. And he was like, listen, slander cases. He goes, if they think that, he goes, these people got money, he goes, I'll take it. He goes, please let me represent you if they got money, right? Only 2% of slander cases will ever see, this will be it, all right? Just take these, all right? These are photos that I'm about to send out, all right? They'll go like this, slander, the hell out of here. We're not gonna waste time because you have to prove that you have lost everything.
Ouch. Ouch, Molly.
You have to prove intent.
You have to prove intent?
Everything.
Gotcha.
Now, is everybody on YouTube and Facebook and people that reached out?
Oh, another ad. Hold on just a second.
All right, so you got a multitude of people that called CPS. Justin and I, Justin, you never called CPS, did you?
Never.
Okay.
Wait. Didn't you just flip out on Justin asking you if you called CPS on somebody, but you just asked him if he called CPS on somebody? Oh, I guess it was in July. You forgot that happened. Okay, let's continue.
Did you ever contact paparazzi?
Never.
Okay. So, therefore, commenting on videos, we are in the right to comment on this because we want justice for Vaughn. So if Andrea...
What is that exactly, Molly? You've still not been able to answer that question. What does justice for Vaughn look like? What is justice for Vaughn?
Really, really is not as smart as we think she is. She's going to think that she can sue everyone on YouTube and successfully win, which she's going to spend so much money. Remember what we learned with the Johnny Depp case. The only people that truly, truly win are the attorneys. Okay? It cost at the very least $4,000 just to get permission to go see that baby for Letitia. And people are...
Really? It did? Where's the receipts of that? Where's the receipts of that? You just said it again. Receipts or it didn't happen, right?
They're on Letitia's ass. God bless the poor lady. God bless her. God bless her. So
God bless her for exploiting her own.
The benefit of the doubt. Fine, she's definitely a go-getter. She's definitely talented with makeup. What that girl should have done, she should have, and I'm telling you this as a life coach. I'm in life coach mode because I just did a great session. What she should have done has just been kept it as makeup. She would have been up there with all those makeup artists that are making tens of thousands every single month. I like Smitha. Anybody know Smitha? I watched her.
This video is from July 31st.
She's good.
I think it's deleted now.
I know I'm correct. So anyway, turns out that they had to drop it. And we never heard from those lawyers again. Once my husband starts getting involved, he can be very, very scary. But the thing is my husband can also be very, very helpful in a lot of cases.
Really?
Now,
really, Adrian?
This is the problem.
Yes, of this year.
When we speak, oh, you like the Smiths too? Good. Good girl. When we're talking about her, and this is the reason why I pulled away from Casey Anthony, is because I'm not going to call her a murderer. I don't.
2022. Thank you.
That's not for us to decide.
No,
that's up for...
We don't know what happened. That's why we requested the FOIA. We want, hey, a lot of people say, oh, Marissa, why don't you stay out of it and let the police handle it? Yeah, okay, I am. I'm cheering them on.
Well, of course, we haven't had July yet. So the most recent year, yes.
They got my support.
Y'all know better than that. Come on.
I called the lead detective. I did. Not with intention of...
Why wasn't that in the...
They got my support. I called the lead detective. I did. Not with intention of anything, but to let him know that this is who I am, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So...
But you're not a cop caller. You didn't do anything. Oh,
we need to be careful with what we say. But after today, with the video that people have not seen, where he is begging for food.
Right, Cheesy?
Yeah, exactly. Why hasn't Child Protection Services stepped in? Supposedly they did. But the only one that can tell us the truth would be her, and she's not going to.
Oh.
We can't just call up, we just can't call up, CPS and...
You can't what?
Be like, hey, did you take the kids away? It's not gonna happen. Do we want these kids taken away? We want these kids brought back to health. That's our concern. Some guy came on yesterday or the day before and said, listen, Marissa, I think that we need to concentrate on more of the kids. What do you want me to do? You want me to go try and find them and put them in the car and drive them to the hospital? That's kidnapping. That's not going to happen. But we can talk about it.
We can talk about kidnapping the kids. Why not? Why would that be a problem? Why would that be a problem? I don't know. I mean, you just heard what she told you. She gets asked questions about this, and then here we go. But let's go into another video that she just did the other day. Some of you guys have seen this. I haven't watched it in its entirety yet because I've been behind. But we're going to get into this one now. Because as you guys know, she went to Dre's house, or had the neighbor send her videos numerous times. She bragged about it. She made posts about it, so on and so forth. She loves to get herself involved in these cases, but she likes to specifically exploit cases of mental illness, ones that are like the Dobbs story, Marvan's story, tragedies. They're not cases to begin with. They're tragedies. She's definitely got a knack for that recently. Oh, hold on. Wrong button. Share screen. And again, some of you guys have seen this already, but we're going to watch it again.
Okay. Right here, coming from York, Pennsylvania, we have the home of Morgan, Deborah, and James Dobb. And
why is it every time she's on location, her jaw's on one side of the street and her body's on the other? I mean, it seems like it's very evident every time she goes on location, her jaw is on one side of the street and she's on the other. So her jaw has been trespassing in that yard way before her body makes it there.
this is the house where they were found on Tuesday. As you can see, this car is still here. This is on a, all right, now the reason that I came to this house is because I wanted to see what was around it. If you look at this house, it's at the corner, okay? Right here.
So the reason you went to this house is to look at the yard? The fuck is happening here? Yeah, she's been hanging out with Princess a lot too recently, and that's when he's around. Usually that jaw's a jacking pretty well. I wonder if he gave her Viagra that he got from the Uber driver. You guys remember that? I wonder if this is what Viagra does to Molly. I mean, her jaw's the strongest part on her, so maybe it just makes her jaw hard. I don't know.
See? Right out here is a road right off Derry. See? Directly across the street, house right across the street. Okay? That's the house. And look, adjacent.
Let me give you some backstory. If you don't know what this is about, this is Morgan Dobb and her family. Unfortunately, it was a murder-suicide pact. There's more information that's coming out, and we will actually do a video and the news report, the most recent one, that has some more information to catch you guys up on that. But again, this is a closed case. Unfortunately, all three are deceased. And Molly decides, you know, what the hell? I need something. I need a new distraction off this Marvan story. I just exploited the hell out of a Marine veteran suicide attempt. And now I'm going to go make some more money off of another tragedy. Pure tragedies. These aren't cases. These are tragedies. This is exploitation at its finest.
Right there. Look how close it is. Look at these houses. 2098. Look. Okay. So you got a split level home. Okay, so it turns out that Deborah and James, which were the parents, were actually traveling ministries So I'm thinking, so if you got this house right over here, and we're gonna go over to the other side. Look, this isn't too far away. These houses are very, very close together. Only, I'm gonna say 6 yards apart. 6 or 7, 8 yards apart.
Does she know what 8 yards actually equals? If you don't, it's 24 feet. But hi, Inspector Gadget.
8 yards apart from this house to the next house. 8 yards to the next house. This is their block. So if you heard something outside, it sounds like there would be an echo, because there's already an echo. Listen, see? There's an echo with me just talking. So if you were to hear a gunshot, correct? That would echo, especially outside. But what would you hear if you were inside?
Hold on, she's got a freaking badge on. What is she wearing? I saw that comment and I was like, I didn't see anything, but now I see exactly what you're talking about. Oh goodness, she's official. She's officially lost it.
Wow. All right, so we're going to walk, because I know everyone's going to ask me, why didn't you walk? Okay, so let's put this down.
I don't think anybody's going to ask you that. Nobody's used to seeing you up out of your chair. Nobody really cares. Nobody's going to ask you, why didn't you walk? We all know you get out of breath walking to the fridge. That's not a question that's going to be asked. I'm sorry, Molly. Continue on, though.
Okay, so I'm going to write this down. So take that. I'm going to put tree. Okay, we're going to put
This is not a funny situation at all. This is a really sad situation, but I can't help but crack up about the fact that she is actually out here taking notes and acting like she's doing some top secret investigation shit. Like she's a PI all of a sudden. What in the hell? This is embarrassing. I have
And no, this isn't an Inspector Gadget thing.
What is she going to do with that? She wrote 8 to 10 yards apart. She wrote their names. I don't know. Information that's all in the news already. The glitter Sharpie. I mean, we do have our own notepad over here that I do trusty dusty a lot of times. So I can say that I carry a notebook with me too, but the magnifying glass and the silver marker, like we do it for fun and jokes over here, but she's all out here being serious, Inspector Gadget. Okay.
Actually kind of need that. I actually have them with me all the time. Okay, so if we're just kind of going to see where they were filming. Okay? Where they were filming. Film. believing the tarp was right over here.
That's not factual information, but we'll get into that in a minute.
This is it. This is where the tarp was. This is where they were.
Remember that whole statement about the back door, you know, there is no fence here, but she's all up on their property. This would be considered trespassing.
Okay. So right down there is the basement. Their lights are on up there. Are those automatic? Okay.
What exactly is she doing with that magnifying glass? Anybody know what she did with it?
Okay, so the grass. So the question is, all right, I'm just going to be honest with you.
That means incoming bunch of bullshit spewing out of my mouth.
How did all three get out here? How did all three get out here? That doesn't make sense. That doesn't make any sense. How did all three get out here without anybody knowing? That's my that's just my question. So I've already showed you, just trying to make sure that if anybody wants to examine this, that this is it. Okay. If you want to go over to, looks like somebody rolled up here with some sort of vehicle. Okay. This is the car. Okay.
What in the hell is she? Oh God, I'm gonna lose it. This is just zero respect for this family. And supposedly she has interviewed with a friend of these people. We don't know who that person was. There is no way of verifying who actually she has on camera, how much she's paid for these interviews.
Some papers of a little memorial. I'm sorry I didn't bring anything. If I come back, I'll definitely bring something for them. There's a little something. I don't know why I didn't bring anything. I'm sorry. Let's take another look at that. Okay, no. Okay.
Anyone else need Dramamine for this video?
There's a neighbor.
Bullshit. Oh, there's a neighbor. Convenient. Convenient. Yeah, I've heard there's a lot of lies in the Wells case that they put out there. This is ridiculous. This okay, I'm gonna now let me go into. So we've gone through, she's exploited all of these different stories. We've heard from the father of one of these case. Well, that was an actual case and a tragedy too. But we heard from the father at the very beginning of Shanann Watts, and that kind of set the tone. And then we've heard Molly basically claim that this is just what they do and they don't care. Like, she's in this for clicks and views. We saw her at the Laundrie's house. Very tiny little bit of that. We saw her bragging about the Wells and the newspaper article about what they did in the Wells case. Then we moved into Marvon and what she's done to Dre and what she's had other people help her do to the family in that situation. Now we're moving on to another, and we're missing a bunch in the midst of this. Like, these are just ones that I clipped into this that I can specifically say, in my opinion, she overstepped in so many ways by having people invade their privacy. Like, this is trespassing. This is over the line. This is a tragedy, not a case. This isn't headline. I mean, yes, it's headline news, but in fact, I'm going to play a news article on this story right quick. When I was doing my research this morning and making sure I had everything that I wanted, I came across this article. This is from NBC 21. Now let me show you. So it's not an SNBC. So this is where I'm getting this. Or is that CBS? That's CBS. CBS 21. Sorry, wrong one. It's actually written by Michael G. It's from Monday the 30th. CBS is 21. This must be a local station to there. CBS, thank you. I always get those little things confused. But I'm going to play you this video. Sorry, it's probably got an ad. Oh, wait. So this is some of the most recent information.
The sequence, we may never know. Some of it we think we know, but there's other things that we may never know.
New information coming to light in the death pact by a family of three in York County. Thanks for being here with us at 5. I'm Joel D. Smith.
And I'm Jasmine Brooks. In an exclusive interview tonight, investigators laying out the evidence found on the scene and why the family decided to die together.
CBS 21's Michael Garsinger. He is live at West Manchester Police right now with the details of this tragic case. The deep investigation now coming to a conclusion.
Deep investigation coming to a conclusion.
West Manchester Police right now with the details of this tragic case. The deep investigation now coming to a conclusion.
Joel D., after hours of investigating West Manchester Township, police investigators now ready to put a closure on this case. So far, all of the unknown, driving a lot of people to their own assumptions, conspiracy theories. However, today, West Manchester Township police saying that the deaths of James, Debbie, and Morgan Dobb are unusual and tragic, but in no way nefarious.
This is not normal, right? This is very unusual for any of us.
For the past 5 days, West Manchester Township Police trying to piece together the tragic set of circumstances leading to the deaths of the Dobb family in York County.
We owed it to everyone to be as confident as possible that there were no outside forces at work here.
That confidence now high. Today, during an exclusive interview, investigators outlining detailed notes left behind by the family, reasons for the suicide pact. A note from Deborah Dobb, found inside the family home, indicating her 26-year-old daughter, Morgan, complaining of persistent audible hallucinations, proposing suicide.
Deborah then indicated that she didn't want her daughter to die alone and was going to join her when she decided to end her life.
Father James Dobb taking a bit more convincing in a detailed series of letters, which appears to be written in journal format over a couple of days. James convincing himself he could not live without his family. Still, who pulled the trigger? A mystery. Gun residue found on all 3 bodies.
The sequence,
Did you hear that? Gun residue found on all 3 bodies. They found journalings from the mom and the dad.
Never know. Some of it we think we know, but there's other things that we may never know.
There were varying degrees of mental illness, I believe, that played into each person's decision to end their life.
Rumors of tarp-covered bodies simply untrue. Snowmaking crime scene processing a bit.
Did you hear that? Rumors of tarp-covered bodies simply untrue. I can understand and appreciate what you're saying is there was nobody there for her to bother or anything. It's the consistent pattern of behavior. And most of these cases and these stories do have somebody that's greatly affected by her behavior. This, like you said in the video, there was nobody there for her to harass. This is rare, but it's a pattern of behavior that she continually oversteps. She continually puts misinformation into every one of these stories. She misleads her audience to believe that there's something there that there's not by doing videos like this. So it's problematic, not just her wandering around. It's the way she uses this context and tries to spin a narrative and profit off of all of this misinformation.
Cumbersome. Still, police methodical in the investigatory approach.
It's a tragedy, and it's a terrible thing for the community. It's a terrible thing for their loved ones, and it's just one of those terrible things that suicide brings.
A bit of light on the evidence, investigators hoping will quelch the rumor mill, allowing the family to grieve in peace.
It's tragic what happened to this family.
Now, to emphasize the great detail, the family...
Wait, what did they just say? So the family can grieve in peace? This isn't allowing the family to grieve in peace when you're out there roaming around their front yard trying to make a big, huge narrative that something nefarious potentially happened. And it's not what law enforcement is telling you. How come every time law enforcement says that a case is this way and this is the facts of it with, verifiable information, why do the misinformation cronies always say that law enforcement has screwed up? They're not doing their jobs. It's every time it's law enforcement's fault, not the misinformation cronies. But I don't know. I'm just a glorified asshole over here.
Through in notating what exactly happened and instructions for people finding the bodies. They even left a note for the way for people to take care of the family dog. That dog was actually given drugs so that it wouldn't bite the first arriving police officers and no one would be hurt in that.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that?
The family also, all 3 of them, wearing earpieces to try and drown out the sound of gunshots. The York County coroner determined all 3 of the Dobbs died of gunshot wounds to the head. Live in West Manchester Township, Michael Gorsinger, CBS 21 News.
Michael, thank you. If you or someone you know is having suicidal thoughts, there are resources to help. Text or call the National Suicide Prevention Hotline. It's 988. That's it, 988. Or you can go to the Prevent Suicide PA website to find more resources in your area.
All right. And there's that. So that's facts from CBS 21. You can go search it yourself. But this is as the investigation, their deep investigation unfolded. This is what they found out. So now, not only are they tramping around over there, but let's go and show how disrespectful they are over here. Again, this is outside BK's house, Brian Koberger, who is in jail currently awaiting trial and the whole court thing for the Idaho 4 brutal murders there. So Betty flew in, blowhard Betty flew in to Pennsylvania. They were going to go spin this Dobbs story, but now they decided to go to Brian Koberger's parents' house. So we're going to play that video right quick, and then we'll see where we end up after that. And y'all, there's a bunch of clips. We're going to end this on a good note because I have some clips that I found in my research today that are hysterical. So we're going to end it on a good note and try to lift it back up because this is really heavy and it's time and time again. This is years that they have done this and gotten away with it. And it seems to really be amping up again. I don't know. Like she kind of goes in these roller coaster up and downs with these cases. And it seems like historically there's channels like me that come around and start really hardcore calling her out, and she'll kind of like amp up her charades a lot and really put pressure personally on people to try and get them to shut up. Like it's been done time and time again to other creators. And I'm watching the same thing happen right now. And it's not just me. She goes after any creator that will continually call her out on her behavior. And it's insane. It's just this constant revolving door. Okay, let me get in here. She wants everybody to shut up, so she's going to continue to do these shock. Oh, I got another thing to tell you guys. So somebody reached out to me and asked me if I would help look into a story and potentially expose another creator. I don't know what you guys are doing to me over here, but I don't know if that's like a a threat. Like I don't know why you guys would offer me up to that one, but he's like, I'll be honest, I could never get over his voice. He claims he's a PI. Like I could never, nope, no, probably not. So Jim Terry TV is definitely not my style. I mean, I see the problematic behaviors there and stuff, but I think that might be a little bit interesting for me. So whoever requested that, I appreciate you. But right now, I'm going to pass on that one. If you know who he is, you'll understand why. But let's get into the BK, why they... Yeah, Muffin. Yeah, exactly. Okay, thank you. I know. That's what I took one video, and I was like, nope.
I go lightly. What you just missed right now was a big siren from Mystica. Just, how are you?
Thank you, Alicia. I constantly am forgetting that it's you because I'm so used to the science girl thing. So it takes a minute for me to recognize Alicia is Alicia. Thank you for becoming a member.
Well, we're we're allowed to go from that pole on, and she said we're not allowed to be here, but we got permission from that pole out.
Okay, so somebody already told them right off the bat that they're not allowed to be there. They can only be from certain areas. Yeah. Trust me, I'll, when I tell you guys something, nope. I know you guys, I knew you guys would be like, hail to the no. That's why I was like, I respectfully decline.
Yeah, we're only going to be here for like 4 minutes. But from this pole on, and she says that we can't be here, but we got permission from this pole on. The house is out here. We belong to the community. 14 houses out here. Belong to this community? So you are affiliated? You're on my property right now, which I don't care. You don't care? Thank you. Do you have an opinion? I'm not recording you, but do you have an opinion of all this? Oh, you want me to? I'll come over there. Thank you. He's letting me talk to him. Hi, sir. Do you have an opinion on Brian Kohlberger and what he's being accused of and his parents?
That's the guy that came here when.
Okay, she needs a tripod first and foremost because I'm sick of seeing those boobies. I'm sorry that this is not professional journalism with their badges on. And why is her badge flipped inside facing her instead of outside if she's legit? I mean, is it a two-party consent state in Pennsylvania? Anybody know? Just curious. I know a lot of you guys are in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, the cop, the chopper up here, and the break-in and everything like that.
We live out here. We don't know nothing.
I don't know what goes on in there.
Yeah.
I'm here 17 years.
Yeah.
I mean, it's screwed up with that guy. Yeah. Who would have ever thought he lived in here? But
you never hear nothing here.
Yeah.
Never.
You don't really hear much going on.
Did you hear the helicopters that
they
night?
had a whole bunch of news trucks and everything.
Oh, wow.
You know?
Out here, correct?
They had a whole bunch of news trucks and everything. Where are you from?
Hershey.
Oh, okay.
I live in Hershey.
All right.
I'm Molly Golightly.
No. It's got a picture of her on it. This is a joke. I've never seen this before. You've got to be kidding me.
Nice to meet you. That's Bullhorn Betty. We go around the country and everything. Yeah, there was security. The security was basically telling us that we were supposed to be from the pole that way. We just wanted to know, like, how you guys feel, because it affects
how
the-
we feel from him being here.
Well, it's just
what he did.
What he did was wrong.
Yeah.
What he did was totally wrong.
Who's there with them? Is that Princess in the background walking down the road with his sweatpants pulled up over his ankles? Is that who's with them? Anybody know? I'm sure some of you guys have already watched this, so yeah, this is disgusting. Oh, whoever sent that. Thank you so much. I don't know who this. Lee, thank you. Oh, Makeup Mobster. Thank you. I appreciate you guys. Yeah, Alicia, that's what I'm saying. This is embarrassing. I might have to go back and slow that down and get a screenshot of that. You guys haven't, it is Princess. Okay, that's what I was thinking. Is Princess their security guy? Okay, I'm going to say it again. Every time she's around Princess for a long time, that jaw's walking across the street before she is. I hate to say it, but it's the truth.
Right. I can't believe it, really.
and I'm not showing your faces.
Yeah. Okay.
And the
No,
crazy
I would
thing
never
is
do that.
we hear that this area is so safe and nice.
is.
Yeah, it
People
is.
are nice.
We're here 18 years and never heard of anything going on.
Like this, yeah. I think it shocked everybody. I don't think anybody was expecting anything like this. It was crazy
I'm
because
surprised you guys are here now because this happened a few weeks ago.
It did. I was actually in Idaho when he was arrested.
Oh yeah, she's met. She did an interview with
Kaylee Gonzalez's family.
Oh, really?
Victims. Yeah. We sat them down. They invited us in their home, and we got an interview with them. And we didn't focus on any of the speculative. We just wanted to humanize the victims.
Right.
You know, so we talked about the victims, their upbringing. It was very emotional. It was sad, and it does affect a lot of people.
Of course.
You know, a lot of people. So.
From what I heard, 'cause I have a few friends in there. They're
Yeah.
saying the family's going through hell.
I'm
Oh,
sure.
are they?
The mother and the father because they're in the middle of all
Yeah. And we
I wonder if these guys know that one that's standing right there was after the mom for a long time. Interesting how she just tried to act like she cared about the mom and the dad all of a sudden.
Yeah,
we
it's your
actually
son,
heard,
but you're still
and
in
I'm
son,
recording
yeah.
myself just to let you guys
Yeah,
know.
we're not gonna. We don't record your face.
But
Okay, so their passes are different though. I think from the looks of it, they're totally different. Hers says media with Blowhorn Betty on it. That's not even her fucking name. What is this has got to be a joke. Somebody's playing a prank on me. Why would they do this? They are journalists.
I heard because we talked to one of his childhood friends, and they said that his parents were some of the nicest people in the whole world. That he's been such a troubled child that he can't believe that this is
This
the
is why
final.
I say you never know what's going on in somebody's head.
Yep.
You might look like an angel on the outside, but there's shit ticking in your head.
Yeah.
You have no idea.
I agree. But you know,
he was
so
very intelligent.
Yeah, he was no dope.
But listen to this. This is the thing: is that he was under a famed book author that studied BTK, and you would think that if you're talking about a criminal's mind and criminal behavior, like this lady's supposed to be a professional, and you got no red flags from this dude.
Yeah.
No red flags. Like, how are you going to be teaching a class on this stuff? And this guy was sitting in your class, and you had no red flags.
No.
As simple as that, because she had no red flags. This is absolutely disgusting. And just so you guys are aware too, I do know firsthand that people have notified the authorities in Pennsylvania to let them know that the circus was coming to town. I didn't personally do it, but I've been sent numerous verified people that are actually trying to fight against the exploitation that have contacted and let law enforcement know.
Yeah.
That's it.
Just like dumbfounded. Yeah, it was just dumb.
So you probably never even met his parents.
No. There's so many people in it.
Yeah, there's a lot of people.
You know, but there's a lot of bullshit you got to put up with that community inside.
course.
That's why I have my house built out here.
Yeah. I
You
see.
know, I pay dues to them,
Of course, yeah.
but I don't got to deal with their stupidity, man.
Yeah. I
You
live
know?
in a gated, yeah.
Yeah, they don't let nobody in unless they get a phone.
Yeah. I've lived
It's
in
so
there.
hard to get in here.
Yeah.
Yeah. I knew we were gonna get stopped.
Yeah, I knew that. Well, you know, I was hoping, I was crossing my fingers that it was public, even because we have gates in our community, but it's maintained by the county, like the roads are maintained.
You're from out here? Where are you
No,
from?
I'm from
She's in
Florida.
Florida. I'm in
Florida.
Hershey.
Yeah, and so
And where are you
usually
from?
I can get around
Hershey.
the gates by it being public, public roadway.
No, you can't.
But this is all private, and that gives them the ability to make those rules. So kind of, yeah, it's weird, but.
I just don't abide to all of them. I got my own rules.
I have to ask you, everyone's gonna die if I don't. That night, was it 3 a.m. that you heard the helicopters?
Yeah.
And did it wake you up?
It took.
I'm a night person anyway, so I was up.
So you were up.
I wasn't home. I was coming from New York, but it took normally it's a 5-minute drive from the end to here.
Yeah.
45 minutes to get from the end to here. The traffic was all backed up. They had reporters all out here and everything. Yeah, it was crazy.
And you looked out your door?
She acts so shocked. Hold on. Kiki's coming to say hi. Say hi. Come here. Say hi. Kiki. Say hi to your friends. Say hi, friends. Say hi, friends. No, that way. Not me. Okay. Back to the video.
And did you come out?
No, she don't bother with nobody.
No? When you found out, did you know about these kids being murdered?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you knew that these kids were murdered.
Right.
And when you found out that these kids were allegedly murdered by the kid that lived, what was your reaction?
Yeah, it's
shocked.
Yeah, I was shocked because you never hear nothing.
You don't hear nothing in this community.
Never.
So no cops come out here. There's no real crime
Nothing.
here.
There's
It's like
They got the
Well, from
troopers
the
and the
day
local
on,
cops come out for a little bullshit.
They
but
all
never really
have
a crime.
security that
Yeah.
patrol. But we're township roads, so they don't really come out. Only when they're passing.
Gotcha.
They don't do
Yeah.
nothing here. They
I
don't,
have a big German
they don't
Shepherd.
plow
Nobody-
my snow.
nobody
They
I know
don't do
does
this
nothing.
goes pulling over, but she saw your German Shepherd. You're like, nope.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
He's a whip.
Yeah.
He's a whip.
Yeah.
God bless you guys. Thank you for talking to us.
No problem,
God
guys.
bless you.
God bless you.
Oh, these clowns. This is embarrassing. That poor couple has no clue. Of course. Okay.
Wow. Wow.
So the officer walks up while we're interviewing this guy, and he's like, "Oh well, our road starts at 5:47." I'm like, "Oh, that's okay."
Why
Because
can't
these
you
people
just
told
leave
us
us
that we can.
alone?
Yeah, but the guy said, "This is my property. You can be here." I'm like, "Thank
He
you."
stuck up for us.
He did. He was a nice guy. Oh shoot, this is still recording.
He
Oops.
stuck up for us.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's no point in trying to come out. I guess we might.
No shit, Sherlock. No shit. Thank you, Carrie Pink. Thank you so much. No shit. Like, hello. Yeah, she tried grabbing her face and acting like she was so upset and like, oh, they found out some heartbreaking news. No, they found out what everybody else knew. These people have already given their local tabloid. These guys are exactly the tabloid tornadoes. That's exactly what they are, is tabloid tornadoes. They report like tabloids. There's no fact basis behind it. It's all shock.
Might have been the first YouTubers to come
We
out
are
here.
the first YouTubers that came out here.
All right. And I knew.
And there you have it, folks. We are the first YouTubers to come out here and exploit this case from every angle possible.
Knew, being that I've lived in 3 other gated communities, I knew it was going to be a problem. But Betty was going to fight them, but they were very strict.
Well,
And I knew they were
that.
going to.
I only have a few legalities that I can fight them on, and unfortunately, with this being a private property, so this right here, from here.
Why is Betty driving? Why isn't Molly driving? Anybody wondering why? Or am I losing my marbles here? But it sure looks to me like Betty's driving, and that's Molly's car. Molly, back to the I can't drive again shit. What are we doing here?
Here back is the their property. So from here forward is the county's responsibility.
Yeah.
So
I'm trying to put my seatbelts on.
So it's 547. 547 is from that back is good.
Okay.
And then you see county waste.
What the hell? She struggled with that seatbelt more than she struggles with. What is happening? Something is weird right now, because she drove to her mom's not long ago, and Justin was on with her the entire ride or whatever, and she drove then. So, interesting.
So they said that their roads are all private. They're privately maintained by the association. Even the gentleman that we just interviewed with said that they pay association dues, not near as
absolutely.
much.
I understand, right?
But he says he had his house built on the outskirts of that because he didn't want to deal with the BS. Because apparently, I'm gonna paraphrase, they're Nazis. You know, they're
What? Did she just call them? I can't with this bitch. I can't review Betty. That's one I burnt toast that's all burnt toast. That's, if you want to see somebody rip Betty to shred based on facts, go over to Burnt Toast. She does an epic job. What? I've got questions, lots of them.
He didn't want
He didn't want
the bullshit. Excuse my language.
We got to listen to the neighbors that had the helicopters flying over the house. Can you imagine?
Can you imagine having helicopters flying over your house? Yeah, I can. What is they're excited about talking to somebody who doesn't know anything. Okay.
3 a.m. I'm waking up to helicopters and police all over the place coming, fam. And they knew about this story about these kids.
Yeah.
And oh my God, he was right next door.
And oh my God, they had no clue what was happening. No clue. Yeah, they didn't, Luke. That's what they said. They didn't know. They don't know. They felt bad for the parents because of what's being done to the parents. That's what they just said. Like, again, this is all dramatics for a show. This is all trying to amp up something that's not there. Again, they're going to try to spin everything. Now they're going to work on, suing creators and all of us for cyber harassment and stalking because we review their content just like they've done to everybody else. It's going to be really interesting, though. I would love to sit in a courtroom with these guys again with all of the videos and screenshot. I'm there. I'm game. Call me front row seat. I'm there. You don't even have to pay my airfare to get there. I will gladly pay my own to sit in that front row seat any day. Any day. Come on. Get your brains together. Work on it. Yeah, this is the typical look that she's been doing lately. Why else is Betty there? What else are they up to? Any idea? I mean, the Dobbs story is closed, and that's a tragedy. An absolute tragedy based on mental illness. This is a horrific murder of 4 college students that they've exploited every single possibility in that case to here and back. Y'all, I'm 5 hours from Moscow. I have friends there. I would never go up there and use this as a photo op. Never. She flew from Florida to Idaho for a photo op. Yeah, Harry, right? By the way, I love your name. That's a total Kyle name. Oh, so I agree. So what is it? What is it? But they've been saying that, they're doing this big cyber stalking, harassment, all of this stuff. When did becoming she switched trash bags, though? She's back to the black one. She's been rocking that brown one for a few days. I think they did lose Olivia, and they said that JLR wasn't talking to them. He just kind of went cold on them, which I can't stand him. He's a complete creep, in my opinion, and it needs removed too. But yeah, Libby, something's up. I just don't understand it. Okay, let's finish this, and then we'll move on.
It's just insane to me. I mean, was it worth the 2-hour drive? Yeah. Just say a prayer for these kids, you guys.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry I couldn't bring you alive. They said it was muted. Thank you, guys. Thank
Huh? Was that worth the 2-hour drive? Trespassing? I don't know. You tell us, Molly. Was it worth it? Was the continued behavior over the last 5 years worth what's happening? That everybody knows who you are and continues, because the people that knew who you were for 5 years are still around, making sure that those people like us know that this is a historical thing. So I'm assuming that this is just going to continue on. People, you're just going to continue to be called out for your misinformation and your chronic condition of messing with cases. Yeah, Dumb and Dumber. Exactly. Okay, I'm going to go over here for a minute. Give me 1 second. I'm going to go to this. We have quite a few in here that I want to pull out. But there's some of mine that I really wanted to. Oh, this one. This is funny. This is a burnt toast clip, actually.
Lee.
Hold on, I gotta go back. Give me a second. I gotta give you guys the video. We're gonna end it on a little bit of a light note because, as I said, she's been doing this for years. So there is plenty of content out there to go through. All right. Burnt Toast. If you don't follow Burnt Toast, please make sure you follow Burnt Toast. They are, Burnt Toast is great. Great. Very factual.
You're toast, buddy.
Lie. Anything to make me look bad. Lie. Everyone wants to say Marissa's the biggest liar. Prove where I'm a liar. Now one person can prove that I can never lie. Hey, you guys have been following me for how many years? 3 years. Marissa's the biggest liar. But where did they ever catch me lying?
This didn't age well, did it, Molly? Because I think everybody's caught you lying constantly.
I'm telling you, when they do catch me lying, it's going to be the biggest thing in the world. Sorry. I made a vow that I was going to be honest on here, as much as it sucks. And that's why people don't like me. They don't like me because I am honest, and it pisses them off.
All right, I got to ask the chat total burnt toast thing too. One, do you dislike Molly because she's too honest? Or two, do you dislike Molly because she's a chronic habitual liar? Which is it? One or two? Right. I don't know. There's videos every day for the last 5 years that you go back and find a clip of Molly lying probably every day. Yeah. Happy rage. Yeah.
The next day.
I wonder because she threw a shout out when you went out to laundry. She was kind of like, yeah, well,
Oh, then hey, she's welcome. So they see everybody does their things on Twitter. I don't do Twitter. I don't like Twitter. I think Twitter's a mess.
I don't like Twitter because it only limits you to so many words.
Well, that's because of our attention span. That's why we have TikTok.
TikTok is addicting, and I didn't realize that until like
I'm not on there, and everyone's like, "Ooh, Molly Gillespie, you're famous on TikTok." Guess what? I never went over there to look. I don't care, and I'm sorry that I'm ruining your stilo over there. It is very creepy, Lily. I know it's very creepy. These obsessions that people get.
3 days later.
Jonathan Lee Riches. Let's see. Jonathan Lee. Oh shit, I do have a Twitter. Sure. Okay, I guess I do have a Twitter. Oh shit. Oh, okay, I guess I do have a Twitter.
By the way, she's had amnesia for way over a year too. We call it the Mollyitis over here, but it's just convenient amnesia that turns on when she needs it to.
All right, here it is. I'm going to show you this. I'm going to explain something because some people have a hard time. Listen, that mofo up there that just got himself blocked, I'm tired of hearing his mouth. He's out. I'm sorry. Not today, honey. Not today. I got too much shit going on in my life right now to be dealing with this crap. And they're still searching that friggin' reservoir. Ugh. Jonathan, where is it? Show me. Show me. Where is it? Where is it? Come on. When did he put it up? I thought he just put it up. Oh my God, he follows Liberty Hangout? Oh, Liberty Mutual, sorry. You know what? See that? Do you see that? That right there. See it? That was my message right there. That was my message. Oh my God. If they think that I'm the person that's going to make them rich on YouTube, they're walking themselves into a wall. You're never going to make money. You'll never be successful. You might as well just shut your channel down. I mean, that really is the truth.
That really is the truth. You know, should just shut your channels down because nobody's ever going to be able to call Molly out, right? Burnt Toast seems to be doing just fine. And that's been over a year ago. Burnt Toast is kicking ass and known as a factual creator. Interesting. All right, hold on. One more. Which one is it that I wanted to play? Oh, here's another one. I don't remember who this one is.
I'm not really.
Oh, this is from, I had never seen this channel before. This is called Dips Clips. I don't know if they still create or not. I didn't look into it very far. I was just looking for specific videos, but This one was funny too. I figured we needed to end it on a lighthearted note because it's a lot to take in when you're watching all this shit. So this is from Dips Clips. It's super short.
I'm not really concerned about my looks.
Who cares what she looks like? I think that she goes a little bit above that.
I got lipo in my vagina because I had a fat toto in the front. So I had him slice it, suck all the fat out, and then lift it up.
All right, that's right there. This is why. Oh no, Christy, really? Ah, of course, Miss Lee. I always find. Oh, this is Serendipity's channel. Oh, y'all, I didn't even know that. Oh, well, great clip. Great clips. I'm sorry. Sorry to hit you guys in the heart today with that. I didn't know that. Sorry. I know you guys all have very fond memories of her. I've heard a lot of great things. Yes, she's very, very much so missed. You can tell she's spoke highly of from everybody. Again, sorry to hit you guys on the heart, but this is a great clip. Great, great clip. Okay, she'd be okay with me playing it. Okay, Remy, thank you for letting me know that. Yes, Pirate, I have heard she was wonderful. Okay, thank you. Thank you, B-Fergs. I should probably send you guys some of these ones that I'm finding randomly, like, and ask you about them before I play them. But all right, I'll finish it.
So now I have a parasol in vagina.
That right there, though, I'm sorry, I have to say, right there, summed up so much of my thoughts with the sweatpants. I still have questions about that. I told you guys we were going to end it on a good note. All right, now I'm going to show you guys one more. I thought I love that clip. I don't know why. I was looking for something else today, and that is what I came across, and I was like, okay, that's great. Okay, this is another one. This is another one that just for shits and giggles. This is called Do You Know the Muffin Man? Is this channel. Don't know whose channel this is either. This is of her in New Orleans. Again, I'm trying to throw some stuff in at the end here to make you guys end it on a good note of remembering some of the funny stuff that we can laugh about because all this shit's so heavy.
Where's the money at?
What? Where is the money? What do you want? What do you want?
Who took the money? She took the money? And then she made a presentation with the money.
About what? About what?
Got the wall. Where'd this come from? All of it. He's all of it. Why did you take the money from the dancer?
I didn't hear anything. What dancer?
Look, go for her. Go for her. Turn around.
Really?
Yeah, really.
This is why I'm playing this one, because right here, she lies about everything. I mean, this footage she has turned and twisted into 1,000 different stories. And here is the actual. Yeah. Yes. Really, Remy? Yeah, there's a lot of them. But this is who we're dealing with. This is the same person who is standing outside Brian Koberger's parents' house, standing outside the Dobbs house, calling up neighbors of Dre and having them go film her. She has zero moral compass or concern about anybody else. She doesn't even care about what she makes her family look like.
Turn around. Hands behind your back. Turn around.
I have no idea. No idea. What the fuck is going on?
You don't arrest for theft.
Of what? Alright.
The other girl that's with her is saying, Marissa, and she's saying, you're fine. You're fine. Yeah, let's be honest. Thank you very much, Sammy, for putting that in the comments, because I have heard so many stories and lies about this that she's twisted.
Where's the dancer at?
Where's the dancer?
Go get her.
Where's the car? Where's the car? I didn't know where they are. Want the answer? Hey, Tiffany.
Where's your little partner?
We're not close on that.
She's leaned over telling her everything is fine. Everything is fine. This is why this is a friend of hers. A friend of hers. She doesn't care who her behavior affects. That is the main key of Molly. Molly doesn't care about anybody but Molly.
I'm gonna go 67, 9807 or 9803. Yeah. I'm gonna come with me. I'm gonna take them to the station. I'm gonna come to Rex.
Just a refresher in case you didn't know. Yeah, not the same Tiffany, not TM. I don't know shit about her except what I've heard other creators talk about, but yeah. And she couldn't take accountability for her own actions and put off stuff on her. Craziness. First time they met. Yep, not Tiffany Marie. Yep. Okay, one more. I'm pulling out, y'all. That's what you guys know I have a hard time playing clip channels over here because I feel like I'm stealing their content, and clip channels bust their ass. That's why I usually only do my own videos or my own clips or stuff like that. But I've decided that some of these old clips and some of these old videos show a lot of history and a lot of problematic behavior that is consistent still today. Like you subbing to Molly, being her friend, going to the meet and greets. Do you see that she doesn't care about anybody but herself? She has got one tunnel vision here. It's about Molly and Molly lining her pockets. It doesn't matter if it's off her friends, her family, the backs of tragedies, suicides. It doesn't matter. She will exploit anything. Okay, let me grab one more here. Oh, this is okay. I'm going to finish with this one. I don't know who this is again. Actually, there's some real good ones in here. Oh, no. We're going to go here. I don't know whose channel this is again. Give me a second. Let me share it. This is a channel called Molly Go Hershey. Molly Go Hershey. You can tell I was pulling out the stops. I was like, let's go back. And again, I promised you guys last time, because last week was super heavy. Everything we ended with was super heavy. People left here feeling worse. It just felt like nothing was getting better. It just kept getting worse and worse. Every time we'd talk about something, she'd go do something more extravagant. So my goal is to always leave these videos on a lighthearted note, something funny, something that we can talk about and at least have a laugh about. So you guys aren't carrying this throughout the week, throughout your day, and just being frustrated, because it is very frustrating to watch these people do this to victims and their families time and time again. So again, Molly Go Hershey.
Least favorite life coach. And I said, listen, and I didn't dox her information. That's insane. I would never do that. Realistically, a creator like myself is not going to have time
just to give you guys a timestamp too on, well, a year This is 2 years old. This is from 2 years ago. So again, just showing a pattern of behavior. She doesn't dox anybody. That's what this is clarifying.
Realistically, a creator like myself is not going to have time to utilize and look for someone's information to dox. This is just unrealistic. I would never do that. I would never do that. I would never do that.
Imagine that. Imagine that. Looky, looky, looky. And who is it? Makeup Monster's sister-in-law. But I thought this was this never happened, Molly. I thought you never did this.
This is Satan, as MM likes to call her. I found her contact information and reached out to her.
Realistically, a creator like myself is not going to have time to utilize and look for someone's information to dox. This is just unrealistic. I don't have any desire. The only time I ever really the only time I ever went back into PayPal to really do anything was and this was a year ago exactly, when I refunded those people with that Frankie Rusek shit. That was it. But I wasn't looking at people's addresses and I didn't dox her information. That's insane. I would never do that. I would never do that. I don't see anybody's information. I don't see anybody's information. I do have some information from last year when I was selling all those spot kits and oh my God, autographed pictures and tons. But
she's got tons of your information. Yeah, that I'm sure feels real great for a lot of people.
Realistically, a creator like myself is not going to have time to utilize and look for someone's information to dox. This is just unrealistic. I don't have any desire.
That was a lie.
But I wasn't looking at people's addresses, and Laura's never come to me and said, hey, can you give me somebody's address and real name and phone number and tell me where they work? She's never asked me for anything like that. Molly has my address and nothing has happened to me.
And how true is that? Hey, Bad Apple. How true is that? A leopard never changes its spot. And I figured that right there would be our end for today because we've been here for 2 hours and 15 minutes. And we're coming back this afternoon because I have more to show you. I'm going to break it down with my previous video and Makeup Mobster's previous video of all the content that she has taken off her channel and some more clips. I have what she had up there in September. I have what Makeup Mobster and I just looked at like a couple weeks ago. We're going to compare why Molly is pulling down all of this content to do with Dre McRae. We're going to get into that this afternoon. But in the meantime, I'm going to let you guys go because I've chatted your ear off for 2 hours and 15 minutes. Does anybody have any questions or anything they want to talk about? Is there anything besides Jim Cherry TV that you guys want us to, like a story that you specifically want us to look into? So I'm going to tell you what's on my board right now. I am going back and I am looking into the Summer Wells case, deep into the Jose part of things and how they pulled him out. That is on the top of my list. I will be looking at some of the stuff with the Watts case. I do want to look at more of this stuff, in particular with Xavier Harrelson. That I really want to look into and dig more into, because all of these cases she's had a hand in. And I think we need to start tying it together, you know, putting them all together so people see a consistent, you know, yes, there's history out here, but it's hard because there's 5 years of history. And if you don't go look, yeah, Cash, another one, thank you. If you don't go look for all of it, you don't see it. Like, none of this stuff popped up on my timeline until I had to go look for a lot of it. So it's interesting. Cash, yes, that's another one. Is there any other ones that you guys really want us to like talk about and feel that they deserve attention, you know, getting their side of things, how they felt out there? Gabby Petito. That's a hard one, Remy. Yes, we could talk about that. But I guess that would be interesting. She still thinks Brian's alive. There's another one. Yes, and please send out Kool-Aid well wishes. Kool-Aid is not with us currently, but Kool-Aid will be back. Kool-Aid is back. Just not sure what's going to happen there yet. Yes, Bad Apple is doing great content also. Please go follow Bad Apple. They are going back and doing some of the previous stories too. And like, we're trying to get kind of a cohesive, like, this is what continues to happen. Melissa Schumann was the beginning of her channel. Yes. Exploiting a sexual assault victim. Unfortunately, that's a thing too. Quentin Simon, thank you. Minnesota Greg, thank you. I think that's Minnesota Greg. I'm gonna go with it. MN usually means Minnesota to me. Yes, Angela, that would be Melissa Schumann. Yes. Kool-Aid will be vindicated. Oh, just Jake, sorry. I always go live during the day. Usually this is like my time slot here that I kind of hang out. Yes. Carrie Pink. Yes. Nonsense on the web, DA web. Same as my name here, just not the 2.0 at Gmail. UniRH, you know who it was. He's the one that needs the nipple clamps for us to turn up to. I really need you to put that on your wish list so I can buy it, please. Thank you. Okay. But you can't tell him. Uni, if you're in here, plug your ears because you're getting shocked. I appreciate all of you guys for being here too, and everybody joining the membership. We are going to have a members live this week and chat and hang out just kind of like we normally do. If there's something specific you want me to do in members only, please let me know. Thank you guys again for joining and everything, all the support, all the help, all of you other creators who have been creating content and putting it out here for years. Thank you, because the work so many of you guys have done is incredible now that I'm seeing so much more of it. And I'm like, just Jake. This is kind of all over, but I wanted people to kind of see like, this is just a thing. And I wanted to start it with Frankie Sr.'s statement, because I think that's something that needs to be reminded to people. And again, it's going to take a bunch of us. If you're interested, like, we've got to start putting our heads together, our brains together, and taking it a step further. So it's going to take legislation. It's going to take us reaching out to people. It's going to take somebody to take us seriously and see that there's a problem here. I am willing to absolutely talk to anybody, run ideas back and forth. I don't know where to start. So if this is something that you're good at, if you know, like, what can we do? What are our options? Something's got to be done. Something. Hey, Bombshell. I don't know where we can go with it, but I would love to find a direction, because right now it feels like, you know, we can continue to review their content, but it's not stopping them. It's slowing them down some, but it's not stopping them. And I think it's going to take some big things happening in order for that to happen. And I hate to say that, and I hope it doesn't have to happen, but usually something dramatic has to happen before shit changes. And how many more things horrible could happen? Look at how many, I mean, this is terrible at this point in time. Thank you, Carrie Pink. Thank you, Elle, again, for dropping all of those. Oh, Forgotten Whispers. You guys, Forgotten's been throwing out videos right and left too. She's amazing too. Yes, Running Bear. I'm not techie either, but yes, Tulu, I agree with that. And I think I might start by calling mine and see what they suggest. Mommy ramblings about the hell she was put through for trying to stop. Oh, Mimi K, I'm afraid. That's the thing, is it's gonna take a bunch of us together, but I think we finally have, between families, there's other families that are willing to come out, and like Cash's family is very, you know, out here and speaking. Um, it's gonna take a bunch of us together. So yeah. Nunya. That's a funny clip. If you want to see Nunya in her true form, go watch that clip from Forgotten. That's Nunya. There you got Nunya. Happy. I agree with you 100%. Nonsense. You don't want to go there. Okay. Beefrigs. Gotcha. I got you. Okay. I got you guys. Okay. Yes, I think reaching out to our state representatives and senators is definitely something we just got to find a direction to like put this energy into, because we can talk about it until we're blue in the face, but we've got to actually make strides in the right direction. And that's where I'm struggling. Like, I can sit here and talk shit all day and tell you what they're doing wrong, in my opinion, and show you how dangerous what they're doing is, but it's not putting a stop to it. And that's where I feel like, I don't want to just the wheels on the bus go round and round, round and round. I feel like that's what we're doing. So I think right now, with so many people coming together and rallying for the same thing, we have a voice, and it's about time these people are heard. Yes, Solo, agreed. Agree. I appreciate all of you guys so much. Yes. Oh, my Lanta. I always forget about him, BX Beast Boy. Yeah, if you have places you want me to look for clips, if there's things you want me to go over, we're going to dedicate one day on this channel a week and do like clips. We're going to do themed days over here instead of like, this is the content I just solidly cover, because that doesn't work for me. I'm too all over the place. So we're going to do more themed days, and then whatever fits into those days. And we're just going to keep it moving. State officials. Yes, Running Bear. I think so too. And I think that's where I'm going to start. We actually have a huge FBI field office here too, right down the road. And I thought about maybe just sitting down with those guys and asking them questions like, what is legal and what is illegal? Like, where does the lines, because there's so much of this stuff that's blurred because of social media, the First Amendment, free speech, all of these laws and stuff. So what is it that sets things from this realm to another? I would love to be able to ask somebody questions and actually get some honest, truthful answers. I would love that. Yeah. I've been talking to a couple other creators about that. And, even if it's not specific, just general questions, they are really feeling this, especially right here, because my field office is the one that's overseeing the Idaho 4 case. So they have they're very aware of what social media is doing in that case. And I'm wondering, well, they have that in their minds, if they would be willing to talk to somebody. So I might. All right, y'all, I'm out of here. You know how I am. I'll just talk and talk and talk. Yes, if you are a good researcher and want to help like do stuff like that, I'm all for it. Teamwork makes the dream work, because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Y'all know I didn't even know how to do this shit at the beginning, and we're just throwing shit at the wall over here, I guess is what they claim. So I don't know. We'll make it work. We're figuring it out. But in the meantime, I just have to tell you guys all how much I appreciate all of you. All of you guys showing up time and time again, even those of you in the shitty booty bitches. I know you're here lurking, mirroring my content, whatever. I don't care. Do whatever you got to do, but try to do it with some integrity and some morals. I know that's hard for some of you, but try it. It might work. You might actually figure out that you could do something good for somebody in your life. But I appreciate all of you guys being here, because it really does take everybody to get the word out on this stuff. Yes, frustrated. We will be back after a little bit. Oh, y'all, and please, we have a couple Tessas, a couple of them now. Like our Tessas have been going through it this week. We have another Tessa who had a major loss in their life in the last 24 hours. And I'm not going to name names or anything, but please send prayers for that Tessa. She's a part of multiple families out here, and she is extremely loved and thought very highly of. And she lost her father, and it's breaking my heart. And too many people are losing too many things. So you have a complaint for management, Pugs. You can complain to the little one downstairs with the puke bucket. She's got complaints too. I'm just joking. By the way, thank you guys all for the well wishes. She's good. She's just got the flu. We're good over here. All right. I'm out. I'll see you guys this afternoon in like 2 hours. Talk to you later. Oh, I don't even say that anymore. Becky, over and out. Contessa, over. Yes, Sheba, it is. Yes. Yes. So just send some extra energy up to the Tessas that need it right now because there's a few struggling. All right. Contessa, over and out.